can assure you nobody's taking that hat for this year.
But I hope he will retire after he loses.
There won't be another coach. I'm impressed with everybody but him.
It's because they're scared that they may be wrong.
Fully capable of surpassing all of them.
I'm going to give her a run for her money.
I'm coming to win. I'm not coming for fun.
Fair and unfortunate.
He's going to come with losses. It's not the end of the world.
Need for a black curtain backdrop, and I get it.
Bodybuilding is my control within chaos.
My conditioning kills.
Look, you got a really exclusive interview because I ain't been saying none of this shit, yo. I've been holding my tongue on the internet.
Yes, guys, Suki for BTSTV, Bikini Insider, episode 48. I actually checked this time. Got my co-hosts Marnie and Kerry. I am rushing very quickly because there's plenty of stories we need to go through before our special guest jumps in about 15, 20 minutes. And last week, I was struggling on stories and updates in the bikini football world. Last 7 days, I'm definitely not been struggling. We got plenty to go through. And guess where we're going to start? That's the question.
Janet's announcement.
Exactly. Let's.
Yeah. How could we forget? Because we kind of left it.
Do you know what's so typical? I just need to point this out for anyone that's listening. I feel like whenever we record a podcast, it's always once we've wrapped up, then we go on Instagram and there's always some sort of news that's dropped right after the episode. It's so typical.
That is so true.
God, why did I do
that happened when they announced the point system was coming back. Do you remember the qualification rules? We wrapped up the podcast and then on Instagram it was like so typical.
Yeah, man, we talked about this ages ago. But look, it's happened. Janet has announced she's moving to Fit Model. No confirmation about which shows she's doing. She hasn't even done an interview yet, which is I've been trying to get the interview locked in. She's not even done one yet about the Fit Model move. However, let me start with this question. Obviously, a lot of people will be having their say. I have seen a lot of split opinions. Some people are really happy for it. Some people are questioning now the criteria they'll be having for the Fit Model division. Some people are even saying that, I lost my train of thought, in fact. Look, let's talk about it. What's your thoughts? Giants moving to Fit Model.
I support it. I'm good with this. I think it's a good move. I think it's interesting because I'll be intrigued to see how much muscle mass and stuff like that she does bring, because I never had her down as like a small bikini competitor. But again, like, she's been off the stage a very long time. You don't know how she's been training, and I think she just, I think it's a good move.
Marnie?
I laugh because how can anybody say that the criteria has changed when she has not even been on stage yet?
Let me throw that in there. The reason why is because people are saying that originally they threw out Ashley Cole Watson in 2015, 2016. It was that version, and now we've got a Janet Lang, who obviously won in 2020 Olympia. They're saying, and now she's doing Fit Model, and no doubt that she would definitely have spoken to Tyler, Sandy, all the judges to make sure
100%.
It is the right move. But clearly,
of course,
clearly she's
not going to jump into it, is she? Like,
Janet
she's just not.
She's still so active in our sport. I mean, she's got her own show. She's at a lot of the events. She never officially retired, and this will not have been a complete decision on a whim. There is just no two ways about it. And if I'm being completely honest, I mean, she won the Olympia back in 2020. That was nearly coming up to 6 years ago. And to be honest, in the last 6 years, bikini has changed still again. So, you know, I've always loved her shape, her physique, and it took her ages to win the Olympia. And honestly, I think it's because of the size thing. She's got a very unique shape and structure, and she's tall. And I mean, we don't know how she looks until she gets up there, but I support it.
When we made the announcement, obviously everyone started sharing pictures of Janet, and the consensus, a lot of these messages and shares were saying, that's the winner for Fit Model 2026 at Olympia. Is that disrespectful to the current competitors who've earned pro status in 2025 in the fit model.
Absolutely. And I believe that like I say, you don't know what they're going for, to be honest, because we've not seen them all together yet. We haven't. So how can you say that? There might be other competitors that have turned pro that might come under the bracket as too muscular or not enough, or there's just you can't just say that. Truly. Yeah, no.
I left a comment on your reel that you uploaded, Suki, of Lorna, Janet, and Jessica Wilson. And it got so much engagement, my comment, because I think, and I'm just going to say it here on the podcast for anyone that didn't see, just because somebody has a history in the bikini division and has had feedback that they need to grow to be more competitive does not mean that they are obligated to do that and to stay in that category, right? And I think the thing that's hard about this is we've seen this in the male divisions, but the other way around. So you've seen Olympia champions in the male divisions move up a class. We saw it in Classic Physique to Open with Chris Bumstead, and obviously Derek Lunsford's another example. And yes, it's because they've kind of outgrown the class, so to speak. But ultimately, there's a reason why Janet didn't continue her journey in the bikini division, and it may be for personal reasons that she did not want to grow any more muscle, and that to me is, completely fine. So
I think one thing that I'm really interested to hear, and hopefully Janet will jump on eventually, is when did she make that decision, or the thought process started to move to fit model? Was it at the start of 2025? Therefore, she is already making adjustments to her physique. So it's not like this was a October, September decision. This was actually start of 2025 potentially. So I'm interested to kind of understand at what point did she start thinking about making that transition?
There was that little teaser that we did see. So I wonder if it was a thought. Well, it must have kind of been a thought then. Whether it was serious or not, I don't know. But yeah, that would be interesting to find out.
I want to play this video from Bikini the Brain, and Ashley Colwas has had her say about some of the mixed feedback about Janet moving to fit model. Hopefully it will play and we can hear it. 1 second. Oh no, you can't hear it, can you?
No, there's no volume.
Okay, 1 second. Let me see if I can fix that. Share sound. There we go.
You have bikini competitors, to fit model because they think it's going to distort the decision. They think that it's kind of gives me the stay out of our group reign or kind of vibes. Yeah. Stay out of here. I don't like that. Kind of sounds weak. You're not an athlete if you think that way. You're not going to do well. I'm so sorry to tell you. You're not. So get that mindset out of your head. First and foremost, you're not entitled to anything here, but also you're thinking of these competitors as you last saw them, and you last saw them on a bikini stage. You last saw them in a bikini shape. And I can guarantee you they're not bringing that look to the fit model. You don't know what they're going to choose on that day.
Okay, so I could hear a thing, but what's your thoughts on that?
Basically, no one's entitled to anything. And to be honest, it's an absolute blessing for the fit model ladies to be able to stand next to Janet on stage. Everyone's goal is to make it to the pro league so that they can stand on stage with the women that they've idolized throughout their journey. And now they've got the opportunity to do that with someone like Janet. And yeah, no one's entitled to anything. And I would be buzzing if that was me.
I just think not everyone sees it that way, do they? Clearly, if there's
do better then. Respectfully, do better.
100%. That's what I'm saying. But it's funny because we do see it that way. We totally see it that way.
If you are scared of the competition, and I've always said this, right? And this to me is part of that amateur to pro mentality transition. If you are someone that is worried about the competition level, in my opinion, you're not ready to be a pro yet. because that is what the Pro League is all about. It's you're taking another level up, and you're going to then find out before the show who's actually competing in that contest as well.
I think the concern has been the fact that they are concerned that the criteria could be skewed very quickly, but that is based off, you're looking at January from 2020 or 21 or 22.
Exactly,
They're not based off January in 2026. So until then, we do have to wait. However, more pros are also announcing the switch, which we knew that would be the case. Let me play the video. This one, turn the music off. So we know we got Jess, who is the 2023 Masters Olympia winner. And then we also got from a natural scene, Lorna, who was she second at the Ben Weider this year?
Yes.
And then first the year before. So we got one of the natural winners. We got the Masters winner for 2023. This is only the start. What's your thoughts of Lorna and Jess also making a transition?
Solid moves.
Yeah. I love this for both of them. I competed with Lorna at the Nashville Fit Show where she won the Best Posing Award from Gilco. And in her posing routine, she hit the stallion front pose. And she was like one of the first bikini pros that came to mind for me when Fit Model was announced, of like, oh, she kind of likes the old school bikini look. And I think as well, someone like Jessica Wilson, like, she's an absolute veteran of bikini. She has been around for such a long time. And you can kind of see, even in that video that you uploaded, like she does lack a little bit of that upper glute density and things like that in her physique. Beautiful physique. But again, it makes sense, because if that's something that she struggled with as a pro bikini athlete, maybe it is time to move into a different division. And that's not me saying that, you know, Fit Model is not going to require the full round glutes. It is, but there's going to be a difference there. So,
yeah.
Well, look, it's only the beginning. We expected some pros to make the transition. And to be fair, there's plenty of other bikini pros that have made the transition who aren't obviously household names or have not been placed in those top 5, top 6. So let me throw this to you guys. Have a guess how many potential Fit Model pros they're going to be on stage at the Japan Pro Show, the first ever Fit Model Pro Show. I got this news the other day of this is what's expected number to be at the debut show.
Probably going to be about 40.
I would say maybe 50.
Oh, but they get, well, KERRY, 35 to 40 pros are expected to be on stage. Asia has got a team of 19 competitors.
Wow.
And you've got competitors from Italy, Australia, Brazil, Argentina, North America. So a lot of people are really taking advantage of the first ever show.
Yeah.
Let's move away from Fit Model. Lauralie.
Yeah.
Okay, give me the thumbs up if the volume is working for this video, because I couldn't hear anything.
Okay.
Let me get it. Where is it? I love this video. I love this one. Okay.
End of the day, we're gonna put the best physique on stage. Whether it's good enough to keep winning, that's not up to us. You know what I mean? But we'll put the best version of her on stage with the amount of time we got. And then we'll do Pittsburgh and it'll be a better version. And then we'll do Olympia and it'll be fucking lights out. It's just, it's what we do. Like, you know how we do things. I don't miss, and if the judges like it, great. If they don't, if they don't, if they don't, then we'll get feedback and we'll go. But we ain't going to be off. Like, I don't show up at the fucking Olympia off, Arnold off. So.
Jeez.
Oh man, statement. Love that
one. Fucking lights out. Damn. Yeah. Okay, first off, Pittsburgh being announced then. So Laurie straight into Pittsburgh after the Arnold. But I think, have you watched the full interview yet?
Yes.
Not.
Definitely a fiery side that we're seeing from Lauralie, different from 2025. This is someone.
I love it.
Yeah, she's going for blood. Like, I mean, Damien behind her, and he's clearly set this mindset that, look, you're going to rip through everybody. We're going to start with good, and they get better, and by the time we get to Olympia, it's game over for anybody that steps on a stage. That's their words. What do you take out of that statement from Damien?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I love it. I love it when a coach just feels that air and has that confidence 100%. About them. And I think it really rubs off onto an athlete so well. And I've seen that for my own eyes. Definitely. So yeah.
I would agree. I think that sort of energy is exactly what she needs right now. And I just think there's so much power in that coach-client dynamic where the coach is like, we can do this and we will do this.
Yeah, I really believe that. 100%.
They clearly got their eyes on a triple crown from exactly what he was saying. Clearly, first place is all that matters, which you can imagine that is all they're clearly talking about. And even when you watch the interview, Lauralie says that she just never wants to go through what she went through again at Olympia 2025. She felt that there was a massive backward step. She lost the last 2 years of muscle, but clearly those have now put together a huge game plan going into the Arnold and now announce Pittsburgh as well. Which of course then will be followed by the Olympia. Let's also Phoebe Hagan. Okay, let me share this update of Phoebe because this definitely got plenty of attention. She is also doing the Arnold Ohio and then going to the Arnold UK, which was also where was he, KERRY?
Wow.
Yeah, so this was, I mean, she sent me the pictures. She was like, look, Suki, they're saying, come back. This is me fulfilling my full potential. Jamie's already said she's going to shock everybody. When you're seeing what we're seeing, is she a contender for the Arnold title? The US one, I'm talking. Let's be
never, like we always say, literally, you can never write someone off. Like, you cannot. This isn't even her final form, and she's looking this good.
Marnie, what's your thoughts?
I would agree. It's one of those where obviously everybody's going to have a lot of eyes on them because it's the Arnold and it's a smaller lineup, but I think people are going to be very, very eager to see the posing and the fullness and just, like ultimately improvements from the last time that because the last show that she did was an Arnold, wasn't it? It was the UK Arnold.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited to see, how this transforms even more.
I just don't
How many weeks out are we now? 6?
No, 5.5 weeks now.
5.5.
I just don't think, again, like we have this conversation so much, like you can't write anyone off at all. Like this is her this far out. Things are gonna get better from here.
I personally don't see Phoebe challenging for a title. Now I'm gonna explain why. Obviously we got the big 4 of the top 6 of Olympia. Like it'll be a huge thing to really overtake all 4. What I do see Phoebe doing, because I think she's one more step away from being in that elite tier with those elite competitors, is that there's no reason why, and I think she can maybe take out 1 or 2 of those big 4. You know, we know we've got Ashlyn, Amy, Lauralie and Ashley. If Phoebe ends up taking out 1 or 2 of them, my God, ladies and gentlemen, she is in that conversation now for every big title going into 2026. I don't want to put any pressure into Phoebe to say that, oh yeah, she's going to go on and win the title or even challenge for it. I think clearly Jamie's game plan, and I would imagine it would be, is to make a statement by taking out 1 or 2 of the girls who were in my top 6 at Olympia. And if you do that, my God, you are in the conversation for every major show. The momentum is absolutely huge. And I can see it happening, because I don't see all 4 girls coming in 100%, just like we didn't see that at Olympia. I definitely see at least half of them should do, and there's no way that all 4 will drop it. But I think that, you know, if someone does drop the ball out of those 4, then Phoebe can 100% overtake. But again, I really believe that, you know, if Phoebe does take out 1 or 2 of them, then that is a huge win of beating, you know, 2 of those girls who place in the top 6 of Olympia, and all of a sudden you're in that conversation for those big titles.
Yeah, hands down.
I think the thing that will be interesting to see on this is whether the sort of peaking and the first show of the season will be where they strike, or if it's going to be a case of like a couple shows in, you know, they're refining and things like that, which is obviously usually the case. But to me, this is crazy to see her looking like that already.
This is a
I think with her being this far out and with the amount of time that they have got ahead of them, I think she's like close to like they're essentially probably going to be able to like peak her from 2.5, 3 weeks out at this rate. So she is going to come in like smooth and fresh, which is definitely going to go in her favor as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I think this is a far better Phoebe than maybe many people were expecting, having a couple of years out, and then to see this, it's already exceeding expectations.
Like, everything's different, everything's changed, everything's being managed. So yeah, it's cool to see.
Okay, I'm sure there's one more piece of news that I wanted to bring up. Completely lost track of it. Just literally flicking through. Maybe I might bring up at the end. I completely lost it. Okay, look, I'll tell you what. Let's bring on our guest because she's waiting on the sidelines, and we spoke to her coach last week, Neil Cash. Want to say obviously a huge thank you to everyone who watched that episode. Always great. We hit the 1,000 views mark, and the comments, the shares were fantastic. So, where is she? Oh no, she dropped off. Oh, she was there a moment ago.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let me see if.
You think maybe she lost signal or?
About to do. Okay, I've just messaged her. Oh, there she is. She's back in. Okay. Thought we lost her for good. I pay for Zoom Premium. I expect people when we accept people, they should come in instantly. Oh, there she is.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Well, I was freaking out because I exited because I had looked up obviously the time to make sure that I was on the right time. And then I asked Chris to look it up. I was like, hey, it's still like waiting. I was like, will you pull it up just to make sure that I'm like on my right time? And he was like, it says it's 7 something there, like AM. I was like, that is not right. So like I exited so I could research, and then it showed up, and then he was like, oh wait, no, it says it's right. So sorry about that.
You made it.
Nah, it's all good. Ashlyn, great to have you. We just spoke to your coach last week, who said nothing but great things, which I can't wait to delve into 2025 and 2026 season. First off, how has everything been? You all good?
Yes, everything has been amazing, and thank you guys for having me. I have had a lot going on, obviously, since the Olympia happened, you know, with my business and travel with holidays and everything. Kind of just things were kind of like back to back to back to back after the Olympia. So it's nice now to have everything kind of settling down. We are moving actually. So we're going to be moving this Saturday. So that in itself has been obviously a process over the past month since we've been back to Vegas, because we were in Texas for like a month. So now that we're back, we just kind of had a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, we're excited. We're happy. I don't feel like I'm in prep right now, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I just have had so much stuff going on that I'm doing the work, doing what I need to do, but my focus is in so many other places that prep is like just a norm for me. You know what I mean? It's just something that I do on a day-to-day basis now. So it's definitely feeling a little bit funny because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm this close to the Arnold already.
You know what? I think like I can relate to how that feels coming off of a prep and just going straight back in. Like I've almost found it hard to talk about because I'm like, well, it's just life.
Right.
It becomes normal and like nothing. People are like, are you excited? And you're like, yeah. It's just like everything's so normal. Whereas like back in the day, there was such a divide, I think, for like your off season to prep and everything changed. And now it's just like the same.
Yeah. And you, Kerry, you can understand this too, because you're somebody that's already built such a solid foundation. So you're not somebody that needs to take super long off seasons, you know what I mean? And I'm very similar to that as far as, you know, I've been doing this for 10 years. So I've built a really solid base now. Now it's refining, right? So it's just taking off enough time to refine those little areas. So for me, obviously with the lifestyle intact and we're constantly doing what we do, we also don't have to go back and really take long periods of time off just because it's not really, you know, necessary for what we need as far as feedback goes. So I totally agree. I think it's just like one of those things. It's just what we do. It's just like part of our life now.
I know that's actually nice that like we've had that conversation because I've been feeling a bit like that's wrong or like is this not right or and I'm kind of like I don't know. It's weird.
No, totally. I feel the same way. But no, definitely not wrong. It's definitely, I think everybody, depending on where they're at in their journey, I think everybody has to decide what is going to be best for them as far as needing to take the time off, how much long to take off, you know, things like that. But once you hit a certain level, I believe it just becomes refining at that point. And then obviously we always live this lifestyle. I feel like some athletes, it's a little bit harder for them. The in between, right? The in between is a little bit harder for them based off of if they have families or like, you know, kids and things like that. Some of the time it's a little bit harder because they're having to do all of those things with their family. So prep is not, and that kind of like mindset, it's not that they don't eat healthy or do the things. It's just not as structured because it can't be all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Ashlyn, let's go back to 2025. I asked Neil the same question I asked you, and the question I asked him was what was going through his head when you and Maureen were holding hands, center stage, and you were just waiting for that one name to be called out to see who was going to become the Olympia bikini winner. He gave me what was going through his head because he thought you had it. What was going through your head at that moment? Because I can remember looking back at that video, but if you two have got your eyes closed or looking down, you're holding hands, and you're just waiting for that moment to Bob to announce the winner. Talk me through that moment.
It was a very surreal feeling after working so hard for so many years to be in that position. There's no way to even describe like the feeling because it was overwhelming, but in such a good way. And I truly felt so much peace in that moment. Like I felt like everything that I had been working towards is now being not only rewarded, but noticed. And the hard work, all the hard work that I've done, it was almost like I got to like breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to be like, wow, like this is the moment that I've truly been waiting for, whether it was my name being called or Marine's, it didn't matter at that point because the only thing that I was thinking is if God wants me to take this title and be the winner, like then that's going to be my next step and that's going to be my path. But if not, I trust him. I trust his path. I trust his timing. I trust everything. So regardless of who the outcome was, I was just so proud of myself for everything that I've done, for not giving up, for continuing to pour into something that wasn't getting rewarded for a while. And I got rewarded in other ways, right? Like I got to go to the Olympia and I got to be on that stage, and that's a huge accomplishment within itself. But as somebody that wants to be Miss Bikini Olympia, like I really, really was like sitting there thinking to myself, I know my time will come. I'm not worried about if that's going to happen. I'm not worried about when it's going to happen because I know that it will. I know, especially under Cash's guidance, it will. With my hard work, the coaching aspect of it, I have no doubt in my mind. So in that moment, I was truly thinking like, if it's today, then it's today. But if it's not today, it's going to be at some point. So I was just really happy, and I'm happy for Marine too. You know, I had a lot of people ask me if I was like upset about the placings or anything like that. Like, absolutely not. It was the biggest blessing to be standing there, the biggest blessing in the world. And I just kept thinking back. There's so many times I wanted to quit. There were so many times that I thought that I wasn't good enough. There were so many times I've been told my genetics just weren't there. I've been told by numerous judges, you know, it's just your genetics. It's just your genetics. Like, why I'm not placing in the top 5. You know, you're really close. You have a lot of things, like you look amazing. There really isn't much feedback we can give you, but it's just your genetics. And I think after some time of being told that, you know, it gets hard thinking should I even keep trying? Like, am I ever going to be in the top 5? Am I always just going to be a top 10 girl, which is not a bad thing whatsoever, right? Because everybody wants to be in those spots. But I think when I got rewarded at that second place and I was standing there in the middle, I just like, I don't want to get emotional, but it was just like the best feeling in the world, like truly. And I just was thankful that I was even second. You know what I'm saying?
That must have felt like a huge win in itself, to be honest.
So how has that changed in your mindset now going into 2026? Now you've got that recognition from the judges where they're basically saying you are there to now take any major title. Neil said, like, you're always the underdog. Now pretty much you're the big dog because you're going to be talked about for any show, which means there can be a target on your back because you are number 2 in the world. So going back to my question, how has that changed your mindset now going into 2026?
It's definitely given me a lot more reassurance, a lot more confidence. You know, Cash has always told me, Ash, you struggle with confidence. You struggle so much with confidence. And it's not because I'm not confident in my work ethic or, you know, it's not that I look at myself and I'm tearing myself apart, because I don't. I'm very proud of what I've done and I can see the changes. I can see the improvements. I think it's just because it's taken me a long time to get here that now I'm starting to rebuild that confidence, because for a long period of time, like I had said, like, you know, there were things that I was being told from the judges. So now going in and getting that reassurance, I definitely am like, okay, Ashlyn, now you have to show them that you believe it. You have to show them that you believe that you are capable of winning. And I do. I truly do feel like I am. You know, I think before I was kind of just telling myself that because I was trying to really like show them that I felt that way. But even on stage at the Olympia, I didn't feel like on prejudging. At finals, I felt so much better, but not because of where I was, but just in my body. Like I felt so much better. I think at prejudging, when you're standing back there for so long and you start getting in your head, and there was a lot of things that I didn't really like that day. Like I didn't really love how my makeup looked. I didn't really love how my hair was looking. It was falling the longer I was sitting back there. Like there were so many things that I was starting to like freak out about backstage. And then I could tell my metabolism was kind of picking up. So I'm backstage and I'm starting to question a lot of things and get in my head. And I think those moments are when I start getting like less confident. When I'm going in, I love everything and I'm feeling really confident and I'm like super excited. But then like the moment I'm backstage, I start getting in my head. So I'm really working on that now. And now that I've gotten that reassurance, even though after I felt that way on stage, and I know that it showed in my presentation too, because when I look back at my posing video on the Olympia prejudging stage, I was like, what was I doing? Like, I was so like that is not me. Like, I don't know what I'm doing there. Cause I just felt like I was just kind of all over the place and not like in my zone. Like, totally different than what I felt like at the Arnold. The Arnold, I felt so at peace. Like I was just like, oh my God, I'm here to have fun. This is a fun experience. And then at the Olympia, I felt so much pressure and so I was getting in my head and there was a lot of things. So I'm working on that still. I'm still working on managing that backstage. I think that even though I've done so many shows and I'm at the level I'm at, there's always something that can be worked on and be perfected. And you know, I think about all of those things. What can I do to make sure that I'm managing that backstage? So going into this Arnold, I want to have the same mindset that I had going into the Arnold this past year, because it was just, I just want to be relaxed. I don't want to put that pressure on myself. I want to just go in and have fun. It's going to be the judges. I'm confident in what I'm bringing. I'm confident in Cash. We, at the rate that we're improving is absolutely incredible. I like can't even believe my eyes, honestly. So I know that with the improvements and also the reassurance from the judges, and then just where I'm at mentally and just how much more at peace I begin to become throughout my journey. I just know going into this Arnold, like, this will probably be my best as far as physique and mindset combo. So it's like, I feel like I have either one or the other. Like, it's like, oh, I feel my best, like, mentally, but my physique isn't where I really would want it to be. Or it's, man, my physique is there, but then my mind is, it's so weird. It's like, I just need to connect the two. So I feel like for the Arnold, that's my goal. My goal is to connect the two, make sure that my mindset is at peace, make sure that my body is in line 100%, just mind, body, and soul all aligned. Like that's what I'm looking for the Arnold. So that's what I'm been practicing and working on with my mindset going forward.
Ashley, I want to ask, because you touched on something. You touched on the fact that you're trying to work on not getting in your own head, which you mentioned backstage. I'm sure I'm sure every competitor that's ever stepped on stage has gone through that. So what are you doing exactly that's going to mitigate that for future shows, to avoid getting into your head and maybe something negative happens? What are you doing to help that?
I think a lot of it comes from what you do on a day-to-day basis. Like, I've actually been really, really, really like working on my faith, and honestly, it's just showing me that it's God's way. It's God's way. So why are you questioning things? Why are you worrying? You know, you do the work. My job is to do the work. Cash's job is to get me on stage perfect. Why am I stressing? I've been really just kind of leaning more into that aspect of everything. And it's honestly so calming. And it's really been just keeping my mind so much at ease, because I think it's because I see all the other athletes and I think that they look so amazing, and I start questioning like myself. And I'm just like, Ashlyn, if God wants this for you, he will, and it will be on his timing. And that's honestly like why I've been so really just leaning on him. And the more I lean on him, the more comfort I feel. So that's truly been such a game changer for me lately, just for the mental aspect of it. And that's truly like what I feel gives me the most peace. And moving forward, I just want to continue to pour into him and continue to see, you know, what he has in store for me. But at the end of the day, it's all in his timing, all in his way. And I just need to trust that, and not try to force things, not try to control things. I think everybody has a thing in their life that, you know, they have to have control. And I don't want to have that. I want it to just be how it's supposed to be, and trust that when my time comes, it's going to come perfectly. So that's really what I've been doing to kind of like just keep my mindset in a good place and keep moving forward and just work hard. That's it. I'm just going to keep working hard and show up.
I can really relate to what you're saying, Ashlyn, because I felt like that when I won my pro card as well. I'm sure there's a lot of girls listening that probably struggle with exactly what you've mentioned there. And I suppose that only gets more intense the higher up you get, because as we've all seen, the room for error is so, so tiny at this point, and it can be anyone's day. And yeah, it's just, you're splitting hairs, right?
Oh, it's insane. And I think that that's one of the main reasons that we get in our heads, because we know that. Like, we know how competitive this division is. We know how close these girls are all to each other. And the unknown, I think, is what causes a lot of women to go and be like, oh my gosh, you know, because it could be anybody's day, and you could be the one that that needs, you know, you coming off. And it's not that you don't know that until you're there. So it's like you're doing all this work and you're doing anything, and you're just like, well, I'm praying everything works out the day. I hope I can, you know, make sure that everything is 100%. You don't know. So it's just one of those things that's like everything can be perfect, and then the day of, you just never know. It's all your body. I mean, you can't predict those things.
We spoke to Neil. Obviously, already. We spoke to Neil last week. Neil, obviously, very militant and competitive. He mentioned that in 2026, he wants to win one of the big shows. How much of an effect has he had on you in that belief now that, you know what, now you've come second, now you're getting recognition, now you want to show that you belong up there with the very best? How much of an impact has he played in your belief that you can win one of the big shows that he is talking about?
It's everything. it only takes one person to pour into you and to believe in you and to really push you to your best in order for you to start excelling and believing in yourself. It really does take one person. And I can't thank, him enough and all my support in my corner enough, because the support that I've had is just, it's truly just such a blessing. And to be honest, Cash has always believed in me, always, from day one, and it's crazy to see what we've been able to do and everything that he has said from the beginning, before I was even looking the way that, not even close to what I look like now. He was like, Ashlyn, like, just wait. Like, you're gonna be so much better than you are now. Just wait, just trust me. And he would always just pour into me and tell me how, just, it was just like everything that he's been saying has starting to happen and come to life, which is just so wild to even think about, because I was just looking at our first check-ins yesterday and I was like, oh my gosh, how did we go from this check-in to where we are now? It's absolutely crazy, but it's because I trust him. He believes in me. We're a team, and he's extremely knowledgeable and he's caring, he's passionate. And so am I, as far as like, I'm passionate about the sport. I want to win, and he wants that just as bad, if not more than we do, his athletes, and that's very empowering to us, very empowering.
Last year, you had a good run of shows at the start of the year. Obviously, Arnold, there was Pittsburgh, there was Miami's where you won your qualification. We obviously know you're already in for Arnold and then Arnold UK, which is incredible for European fans to look forward to seeing you in the UK. We've not had the Arnold back since 2024, so to see yourself there and Ashley is going to be absolutely amazing. What have you and Neil already set up the show game plan for this year? Because obviously you're already Olympia qualified. What's the game plan for this year when it comes to shows?
We don't really have a game plan. It usually goes based off of the projection of like what we're doing, and how we're looking, and how we're showing up on stage and placings, etc. Like, we just want to be very smart because we want to continue to improve. So that's our biggest goal, is that, right? Like, we want to win the Olympia, so we want to show up perfect. We want to win and be improved there. So sometimes that means taking a step back, depending on where we're at. So it just depends. I mean, I would love to do Pittsburgh. I absolutely would. But if Cash does not think that it's a good idea for whatever happens, then, we won't, and we'll just focus on the Olympia. But we don't have anything where we're like, oh, we're doing this show, we're doing this show, we're doing this show. Like, we just take it show by show and go from there and see what's going to be best for us. But his main goal for me is the Olympia title. Like, that's his main goal. But first we want the Arnold title, right? So that's our first goal. And then we'll see what happens there. And then we'll go from there. So it's just going to depend on what he thinks is going to be best for me. But wherever he tells me to go, I go. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you just talked about the Arnold title. I mean, you go into that show as the highest ranked Bikini Pro, and you already said it's not, you don't want to have the pressure, you want to be able to enjoy the moments, but at the same time you mentioned that it's now showing that I belong up there, which you 100% do. I mean, that wasn't just shown at Olympia, it was shown at the Arnold and Pittsburgh and Miami. So I mean, now you're going to a major show where you are talked about as arguably the favorite, and people are chasing you down because you are number 2 in the world. You and Maureen are the only two that beat all the competitors in 2025. So is that pressure that you've already felt already and you're dealing with it, or is it something that hasn't hit you yet and it might do come the Arnold? And if it does, how do you think you're going to handle that pressure?
I actually don't feel any pressure, oddly. I really don't. I think that, based off of just how we're looking right now, like looking back at check-ins from going into the Arnold, looking back where I was going into the Olympia, like I've already surpassed that, both of those shows. So coming in better, there's things that, you know, we can do.
What's better so far?
What's better? Oh, well, I've added muscle. So that's something that they've wanted. So they wanted me to add tissue in the lower body, which we've already done. You know, it's been great having the time off and really just training really hard and stuff. So yeah, I mean, they wanted more lower body muscle, which we've done, specifically in the quads. And then they did mention a little bit more upper glute, but I truly feel like the upper glute wasn't muscle density at the Olympia, because if you look back at, like, you know, Pittsburgh and Miami, I had it there. It was just the fullness. I think, like, it was hard for me to keep a pump that long backstage, timing it wise. Metabolism, you know, started revving. Like, it was just one of those things that, you know, I feel like they kind of flattened out by the time I got on stage. So whenever I would walk to the back, you could see it. So that was something that they discussed, but I don't necessarily think that it was a tissue issue. I think that it was more of just making sure that they're staying full and things like that. So me and Cash have already discussed that, going into the Arnold, just making sure that we're maintaining that fullness and stuff there. But leg size has already come up. So we're already improving, you know, from the Olympia, which is great, because it's exactly what they wanted to see. But oh, the pressure. Sorry, I was like, wait, where were we at? The pressure of it. I truly don't. I don't feel any pressure. I'm just enjoying this process, having fun. I have a lot of life stuff going on. So I think that's kind of helping a little bit.
Yeah.
Take away some of that pressure. You know what I mean?
You got the next week. Have you got an event at Steve Weinberger's gym? Was it? I saw someone on the 7th Feb.
Yeah. So that'll be the one and only stop that I'm doing. So I'll be going out there. It's next weekend, February 7th. So I'll be going out there and doing the seminar there, which will be really exciting because I've never been there before and I've always wanted to go. So I'm super excited to just get this opportunity to go out there, and then I'll be home and it'll be just prep and focus until then.
And is the Arnold UK, because I should have checked your show resume before this, is the UK Arnold the first show you've done outside America?
Well, I've done Bermuda Pro.
Yeah.
That was like in 2021, 2022 or something. 2021, I think.
This is the first time you're going across the pond for us.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, I am so excited, y'all. Y'all have no idea. Oh my God.
Because you'll have seen all of Jazzy's stuff when she was competing in Europe at the back end of last year.
It just looks so fun. I told her, I was like, I wish I could have gone with you, like, just to support and be there for her. It just looks so fun.
Is that something that you've been considering maybe at the end of this year, if you have more American bikini pros come over to Europe for the post-Olympia season to experience the European shows, but also give the European fans the opportunity to see you girls?
Oh my gosh, I would absolutely love to. I already told Cash, like, that's something that I've wanted to do. And, you know, it just has to align with everything that we're doing. And I think that Cash would be totally down for me to do something like that, as long as it's aligning with, you know, where we're at. But yeah, he already knows that's what I want to do. I already told him.
That's epic.
I just think it would be so cool to get to meet everybody and just be over there and just see. I'm sure it's just a different experience. I mean, you would know. So I'm sure it's just different.
Yes.
I mean, geez, what was it? I mean, Jazzy went from the sunshine of Spain and then went to Romania. It was just chucking down rain all week. So she got to see the best of both worlds in Europe.
I know. You have to pack for like all seasons.
That's it.
It's so hard.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't even know what the weather is over there right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't even take a guess because it's so different like every day.
Oh, really? Okay, that's very interesting.
So I want to look, 2026 is going to be another big year for yourself. You're number 2 in the world. I keep saying that because it is a big thing to be there, and you're already Olympic qualified and Arnold invite. Look, I know it's important for yourself, your faith progression, and now you've got the recognition that you've always wanted. So how would you want to look back at 2026 when the year is out? I'm saying in January, we've got 11 months to go. But how would you want to look back at 2026 to know that it's been another successful year for you? Is it based on results? Is it something physique related, or is it more mindset? Interested to see what's important to you to make sure 2026 is a successful year for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think mindset is obviously such a huge one for me, just because I know when your mindset is in a really good place, usually, not always, but usually, the body follows, right? And everything kind of just is a lot smoother. So mindset is huge, but also physique and making sure that we're staying improving. We don't have control over placings. So placings are not something that I'm like, I have to get this. Like, obviously we want the title, but I don't get down on myself if I'm improving and I'm doing what I need to do and I'm bringing the best package, even if it's not rewarded, the title. That's out of our control. So I don't really put that pressure on myself as far as the placings go. But I do want to make sure, okay, when I see the stage shots, am I improving? Am I proud of what we're bringing? Am I bringing a physique that's worthy enough to continue to be competitive? And that's honestly like our goal. And that's what would make me happy. I just want to make sure that we're just bringing everything that's keeping us either right there in those 1, 2, 3 spots, like right there, or winning the title. Like that's what we want. So this whole year that's our goal. We're going to be working on that. And, the physique is going to speak for itself,
I mean,
I can't wait to see it.
We've spoken so many times, and now we're speaking at a point when you're like, yeah, look, yes, we want to win the title. Like, to hear you talk about the title now as well just shows how far you've even come, even in such a 12-month window. And even before that, it was like, top 5 or top 6. Now you're talking like, you know what, I have the belief that I can win the title. I've been put in the center next to the winner. The judges obviously clearly like what I brought. You've made the improvement already going into the Arnold. I mean, surely you must be thinking that 2026, my God, could be the opportunity to have a monumental year for yourself. It could be absolutely massive. And I know Neil has got a lot of, not just hopes on yourself, but obviously clearly the right belief, thinking, you know what, Ashlyn could do something very special in 2026.
Yeah, he definitely instills a lot of confidence in me. And I am very confident. I am super excited. I think that it's taken me a long time to get here, with my confidence and things like that. And I'm excited to just be in that and really like see what I'm going to look like at my most confident, just stage presence wise and things like that, because that plays such a huge role in like your posing and, how the judges view you. If you're not as confident, like they can see that. And so I really want to make sure that, I'm pouring into myself, and Cash is always pouring into me. So I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be really exciting to see it all kind of unfold and see what's going to happen, and just at my best with my confidence and my physique and just like my mindset,
But the best ever Ashlyn's coming to the Arnold, right?
Yes.
Well, look, I really appreciate your time as always. I mean, I think you're I don't know if this is your 3rd time or you're a regular with us. So it's always great to have you on and hear, obviously, recap 2025. And now, my God, go into the Arnold with that belief, and obviously the incredible year you had in 2025. I really hope that you replicate it, and I was going to say exceed it, but exceeded it means winning Olympia. So obviously, I just want continual success for yourself. Ashlyn, thank you so much for your time.
We can't wait to see you in the UK.
Well. I know.
We can't wait to see you.
Thank you girls so much. I appreciate you guys.
I forgot to ask, when you come to the Arnold UK, are you extending your trip, or is it literally straight back?
Yeah, no, I'm actually going to be there for like, I think 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks or something. So I'm going to go on the 24th, I think is 23rd or 24th, that week. So that way, of course, I can get acclimated and settled and all of that. And then I'm not leaving until like April 5th.
Love
So
that.
have you thought? I'm sure you're not just staying in England for that period, right?
Right. No, we're gonna so my mom's gonna come and we're gonna kind of like travel around and do some
Amazing.
things.
What are you thinking?
Me? What?
Yeah,
Where? Like where?
have you planned any destinations?
No, my mom is kind of because she's been over there before, and so she's gonna get like an itinerary because I don't really know exactly like what I want to see because I want to see everything. You know what I mean? Like there's so many places over there that I want to go and I want to see. So she's gonna kind of get an itinerary. I know that we're leaving out of London, so I know that. So our ending place will be in London, but we're probably gonna go. We were thinking like Spain and Italy, so we might go travel around in those areas. But she's trying to get kind of like a solid itinerary of like where exactly we're gonna go.
That's amazing.
Any
Yeah,
recommendation,
so much fun.
girls? Any recommendations that where Ashlyn should be going in Spain or
Mm.
Italy?
Go to Alicante and see like Emilio and go to them gyms.
Okay, yes, I would love to. I'll have to tell my mom.
Yeah, I was going to say, but I'm not sure if your mum would like that. But Alicante is actually amazing.
Hey, my mom will go. I'll put her through a workout.
I like Alicante. It's good. Just
There's
the
so much to see, even just in London, though. My God, you could spend
Yeah.
2 weeks in London easily and still not see everything. There's so much.
I know. It was actually a little bit overwhelming. Like when she's like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, and then I start looking and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is overwhelming.
I think in Italy, Venice is an absolute must.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's just a place where you just so different from everywhere else. And especially in that time of year as well, you can have the beautiful weather over there as well. So it's perfect.
Yeah, definitely go. Yeah, definitely go there.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Add to the itinerary. Ashley, thank you so much. I'll be out Ohio, so I'll see you over there, and of course we'll see you back over here for the Arnold UK.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you guys, and yeah, we'll be seeing you soon.
Take care. Thank you again.
Girl.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh,
I can't wait for UK Arnold's now. I'm like, I'm ready for it.
Like, I actually cannot wait to stand on stage next to her, to be fair. Well,
let's get mega into it. I know 5.5 weeks for Ohio, 8.5 weeks for Arnold UK.
It just feels like we've waited so long to have like a big event like that since 2024. So I can't wait. Speaking of events, our big event.
Oh, I think I'll talk about your webinar in 1 hour, which, by the way,
well, that too.
It's already happened. So yeah, of course, we are now 9 days out. 9 days out from the MPC Worldwide Ultimate Seminar. 750. I've sent many emails to you guys if you are watching and you are attending about if you can't make it, please do cancel your tickets so I get an idea of accurate numbers. Nobody's cancelled so far, so whether that means everyone's going to turn up. If they do, it'll be busy. But yeah, not long to go. I don't think there's any announcements I need to make regarding the event. Pretty much everything's been said, everything's been done, everything's all set up. All I would say is, if you are attending, just make sure you get there early. Take advantage of the entire day. Turn up at 9, leave at 5. Don't leave in between. Stay for everything, because these guys and girls who are coming over, who are doing their guest speaking, their seminars, are doing it free of their time because they want to share their education, share their knowledge, share their experience. I don't think you'll get an opportunity like this year to have something of this scale. And if you do, you're gonna have to pay a good price for ticket for it. This is free, so why would you not want to take advantage?
If you don't come, you'll have FOMO because you'll see all the content on socials and be like, "I wish I was there." So,
and I think what I most look forward to, and I know a lot of people use the opportunity just to catch up with other people they haven't seen for months.
Yeah.
That's
like
it.
Us.
There you go. It's just an opportunity to go there, catch up, and go to some of the seminars and go to Ultraflex around the corner for a session, or Starbucks for coffee, or if you want to watch Derby Ipswich, it's happening on the same day, buy a ticket. Either way, it's a good opportunity just to be able to mingle with like-minded people. That's that phrase, like-minded people, but that community, see people you haven't seen for a while, or talk to people that you only know them via their Instagram handle.
I'm excited for this. I feel like this is needed. I feel like I need this. I'm excited.
Yeah, especially since obviously it was the NPC Women's Workshop last weekend, and seeing all the content from that, and like I get FOMO when I see things like that in the States. Like I want to be there.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments. Do you think there should be an NPC Women's Workshop in the UK? Should Sandy bring an NPC Women's Workshop in the UK?
Who's going to say no to that?
There we go. So if there's 1,000 of you guys watching it, I expect 1,000 comments to say yes. And then I can screenshot it, I can send it to Sandy, and maybe that happens in 2026, 2027. Because it's happening in other countries. Why can it not happen in the UK?
Yeah, exactly.
Any other news before we sign off? Kerry, anything on your side?
No, not really.
Wow. Marnie, you got your webinar.
Yeah, me and Jakey boy, Coach Jake, we are doing a free webinar tonight. So we've got a lot of people who are going to be tuning into that. Bikini and Fit Model Mastery. So yeah, I'm getting excited and ready to just basically divulge into bikini and fit model criteria. Yeah, my favorite topic.
One thing as well, I just want to quickly finish off. I think I've only seen maybe Sammy Minshall post updates in regards to, obviously she'll be on stage soon, you imagine. I'm still not seeing other girls who are, if they're on prep, maybe they're non-prep till later year, but or there'll be secret preps, so people just keep
I really don't know. I can't.
I know only one person's registered so far for the One Bro Pro Bikini show, which obviously is that far out, people will register to right at the end.
Yeah.
So I was interested to kind of see who else.
Yeah, I've not seen anyone share anything, to be honest with you. I see a lot of off-season updates from like the UK girls, but I haven't actually seen anyone really say that they are counting down or whatever. So
I've not done a physique update in the longest time. Gonna wait for that one.
When will that drop?
Not doing it yet. I'm gonna wait for a little while. I've literally not done one in ages because I don't know, sometimes you can get a little bit bored of that. I want to post it and just be like, yeah, this is what we've been working on.
Nice.
Create a massive wow factor.
Yeah, that is the aim. So yeah.
Yeah, but the reason I say about the other UK bikini girls, because I really want to try and get them on here now.
Oh, we have to.
Yeah, we need to know.
It helps if you are competing. That's what we want to talk about.
Well, if any of the UK pros are watching, get in touch. Let us know what's happening.
Yeah, otherwise I'm just going to have to DM everybody, just ask when you compete. Okay, that's a wrap. I appreciate it as well. And we're back next week. Oh, I know I never add this. I need to maybe say at the start, please like, subscribe, drop a comment, share. Do subscribe, because I know I looked at analytics the other day, and it shows like how many people, the views, and how many of those are actually subscribers. I'll tell you, like 60% aren't subscribing; they're watching.
Really?
Yeah. So,
oh wow,
you are one of them. Come on, just click. It's don't worry. Okay, that's a wrap.